Tell me something.
We are currently on a parking deck that people just like left that they were fucking. They were having sex in their car, and like we were starting like our podcast, and then they just left, which sucks. I thought it would have been like kind of funny that there's like people having sex 20 feet away from us.
That would have been really funny.
They were like,
What do you think?
There's a car there. Well, I was about to tell Devin. I was like, there's a car there. They were like, what?
Golf cart.
Is that police?
Oh my gosh.
Don't film them.
They're on public property, dude. What'd you think about that?
It was fucking. Just do it comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I guess as comfortable as we're gonna be.
I'm a little too comfortable. You wanted to introduce it, Silas.
Oh, okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Foodies podcast. This is episode 4, I think. And this time joining us we have old friend from high school, Devin Dockery.
Hello.
Fellow film guy.
Fellow film guy.
man.
It's true.
Along with me.
Rough days.
And Mr. Dean and Mr. All Day.
Yeah.
So
and,
Devin,
And Silas.
how's your day been?
My day has been pretty interesting. I've had a pretty alright day. How have you guys' days been?
Well, we we have had to improv from. Where were we originally gonna shoot? We were gonna
shoot in a park with a sunset behind us.
Oh yeah.
So
No, first
we've
place
changed
was
a little
river. River and then like 2 different parks.
bit.
Yeah.
So we've changed a little bit. That's City of Covington. If y'all didn't know, that's City of Covington. We're on the parking deck.
Sweet
If you're from
view.
Covington or around the area, you know what we're talking about. So yeah.
The parking deck that everybody comes to like fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or take
Which
pictures.
does anyone
Recently.
want to talk about a?
Okay.
So,
Do you want to tell us?
I'll tell.
Go ahead,
So,
Devin.
You might want to lean in a little
we're
bit more.
coming in. You know, we're riding up here. You know, ready to film. We see a car, little conspicuous. It's on, right? There's nobody here. So, we're parking. We're talking. We look over and we just see a whole body come up, come back down. There's 2 people in there. They was
They're
fucking.
Sure.
They was fucking. But then another car rolled up, and I guess they got stage fright, so they left.
I love that when we pulled up and
were
like
fine.
They were cool.
4 people come out and like we're all giggling. We're like,
God,
and we're like
guys.
setting up a podcast. Cool. But then as soon as a Mustang pulls up, they're like, oh,
Nah.
nah, we're done.
Time to cut it.
Dude was like, he's gonna steal my bitch. I gotta go.
But like we just sat there, just staring at the car, seeing if there was any movement, and then we see the front seat, the driver's seat, like reclined back, and we're like, dude's getting head, and then like the girl's body comes out, just gets on top.
We
of
assume
him.
girl. I mean,
Assume.
we're
It's
not.
pretty dark,
You know.
so.
But like she just gets
That's
on top
racist.
of him and starts
that's
riding
racist.
him, and we're like, oh my god. But yeah, these guys wanted me to park up right next to them and just.
Make
These
them
guys.
uncomfortable.
These guys mean Silas and Devin.
Yes.
True. I was just like, no, I'd feel like a complete douchebag.
Dude, if he can't even fuck freely in his own crib,
Well,
You
my
should be fucking
my thing was is that I don't think they've had sex in a while because they did not care that a car came up here. So
say it, bro. Say it out loud.
No.
Okay.
you won't say that out loud, but
Nope.
you'll whisper
Say
that.
what?
Do you know what I said?
What do you say?
I think I heard.
I'll
you.
tell him.
Go ahead.
He says, if I can't do it, no one can.
No,
All
it's
right.
a joke.
It was
It's a joke.
it was an interesting experience. We
It
thought
really
it'd be
was.
like
Yeah.
an incredible thing just to have like happening in the background
We'll do
for
again.
the podcast. Like we're just
Well,
talking
yeah.
and we're just like 20 feet over there, just
Damn,
A
he's
baby
still.
is
getting
in the
boned.
process.
Getting
Like,
boned.
Damn, he's
Yeah.
still going.
Would do again.
They probably just relocated and they were like, all right.
Yeah,
wrap
they
it
probably
It
just went
could
down
be
a floor.
on the lower level.
They
up. They
could
might
just
be
don't
on the
know.
lower level.
They could
We are
be.
doing a podcast 2 feet or like fucking
2
12 feet above somebody just getting rammed.
Like,
Yeah.
straight up, a baby is being
Made.
I'm
Maker's
pretty
put
proud
in
to
the
be
book.
here. Actually,
Honestly, it's a pretty monumental moment.
This
Yeah.
is this
They
is like
could be
a
the president.
sweet setup,
it
genuinely.
is.
Like it was kind of a pain to get like right because lighting, we had a laptop issue occur and
wet.
like just it's wet. It rained. We got so wet.
So,
So
we're the only ones though, but
It's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still like dope as fuck.
My-
Like if you can, yeah.
yeah.
it's a good view.
Yeah.
My camera's sitting on plastic bags right now.
That's Kroger,
There's a
Planet
Ross there,
Fitness, Walgreens,
Planet
Kroger.
Fitness, Goodwill.
They're definitely not picking up what y'all are saying because y'all are
Rainbow.
facing the other way.
Gio?
Alright.
Oh, sorry.
Gio?
He was admiring the sights, man. Like,
He was admiring something.
Yeah, man.
So,
Your
anyway,
shoulders are so wide.
we brought Devin as a guest to, talk about it, see where he's at. So, first question, you're in the military? What
Yep.
about it?
So, if you're thinking of joining, I'd recommend you be pretty patriotic. Because if you're doing it for the wrong reasons of just purely benefits, you're going to have a really rough time. Okay? There's a lot of tradition and stuff still instilled into the military, and you got to really want to be there to be there.
Could you give us an example?
So, like, they're pretty hard on you for the most part. I
Yeah.
mean, nowadays they're a lot more lax, but they're still pretty hard, and they're just ingraining all of this stuff into your head. And if you're joining for benefits, they're over here telling you how to blow somebody up with a grenade, you're not
Yeah.
going to be on the same level with that.
So you're saying that I shouldn't enroll because I want a free college?
Well, it
Or
really
a
depends. It really, yeah, or a Camaro.
Yeah.
So it really just depends on how you believe. If you like all that stuff and you think it's cool and you like the benefits, go for it.
Yeah.
Or if you're just super patriotic. But if it's like purely, oh, I just want this benefits and some money,
Yeah.
you're probably not gonna have a great time there.
All right.
Okay.
So could you tell us anything about like what you joined just for them?
So I joined, my dad was in, his dad was in, and there was college benefits. I'm not the smartest, so I was gonna give it a shot. I do have to leave at the end of this year, but when I come back, I'll be enrolling and full tuition and everything paid for. So
Where are you going to be enrolling at?
I've not completely decided yet. UNG is a big option, so far.
Let's go, hawk 'em.
That's the stupidest
Nigel.
slogan I've ever heard.
Nigel.
Hawk 'em.
You know, there's one called Samford, right? Not Stanford, Samford. It's in Alabama.
Uh-huh.
Their thing is Bow Wow Bulldogs.
Ugh.
There's definitely worse out there, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I actually like the
There's a
the
real
Sanford
bad one in Atlanta, Georgia. Buzz Buzz. I mean, what the
Oh, you mean the Panthers? Yeah, no, I'm just not a big fan of that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Totally.
And then there's
Yeah.
one that goes,
Those are two-time national championships. So that's about-
you just caught up to tech.
Two-time national champion. We've won anyway. We'll get a third one.
Try to look towards the mic when you talk.
Whatever, man. Don't. I know how to film.
can-
Yeah, man. Do you have any interesting stories that have happened while you were like in training or some shit like that?
Yeah. So this was recently in June. We went to Louisiana for a training event, and about 2 in the morning, they decided it was a good idea for us to do like a 2-mile movement through the woods, through a river, and then, completely wet boots, all of us are soaked,
Yeah.
and then try to like run all the way up this hill and take out a bunch of enemies. Did not go as planned. Went horribly wrong. We all got wiped out.
All died.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So it was really poorly planned. Well, I wouldn't say that, but we had some hiccups along the way. It was not great. I was cold and tired. and
Yeah.
hungry. So.
Are you a ghost now?
Am I a ghost?
Yeah.
Like, am I dead?
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't
On the
know.
inside, at
Can
least.
they hear that? But there's a
Whoa.
Totally.
Small wiener man
small wiener man
driving
with
around
his big
somewhere.
E truck.
Big bass.
Guys, check out.
Base
let me
boosted.
rev it real quick, guys. Trust
Yeah.
me.
I think you might.
I hope he blows out his engine.
What's your favorite
Oh
color?
God. Oh God. This is a hard one.
Yeah.
It's Coyote.
It's not. It is not.
That's a color.
Coyote tan.
Coyote
Is color.
10.
Is it green?
Either like a dark green or like a metallic blue.
Oh yeah, dark green.
That's totally different colors.
I wonder how many times we're gonna high five during this podcast.
I'm a big high fiver.
You gotta get
He
like a
is.
count on the screen there of how many times we high
I
five.
don't want to
We'll do
edit
it.
that. I don't want to edit that.
We'll add it.
Do you have a question about the military? Because my question is not about the military.
Yeah, his is not military, but
Let's get all that stuff out of the way.
Do you have any like goals of being in the military other than like getting a free education? Like, is there any rank that you want to achieve?
Yes. So I want to try to hit an E5, a sergeant, before I get out. Hopefully, because I don't think I'm gonna re-up. I never know, But if I can go past that, I'll be extremely happy with that.
all right. I have a question
do you
because
rank
I
up?
don't know. How do you rank up, and what are the ranks? Like, where do you right now? Where do you start at?
Okay.
How do you get to E5?
So the E ranks, E enlisted, right?
Uh-huh.
There's officer ranks, but I'm not going that way, so we're not gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Enlisted ranks, it starts out as a PV1, a private,
Okay.
right? That's when you first sign up. See, I'm the National Guard, so a lot of times you don't do like a bunch of crazy things and they give you rank. It's usually just time of service.
Okay.
So when you first sign up and get in, whatnot, you're an E1, you're a private, and then after 6 months, you'll be a PV2, which is a private second class is what they call it, but it does. You're still a private.
Okay.
The only time it really changes, E3, which is where I'm at right now, it's a PFC, a private first class, right? That's the last private rank, but people will call you a PFC instead of a private, which feels a little nicer.
Okay.
A tad, right? People believe in you a little bit more because that's a year in service. After that, you have to wait a whole nother year as a PFC to hit a specialist. A specialist is an E4. You have, it looks like a little shield on your chest. That's
Okay.
your normal Joe. You're lower enlisted, not any sort of. You're not telling people what to do. You're just the Joe of the Army.
So
working,
you just do whatever
you know
they tell
exactly what you've been in.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You're working, right?
Huh.
When things change is when you get to an NCO, a non-commissioned officer. So an E5 up, NCO, or a corporal, which is an E4, but it's kind of a weird way to get to be a corporal. And in what I do, my job, my MOS, it's not as common. So I'm at E3 right now. I'll be hitting an E4 in December. So I'll be a specialist by the time I leave for my deployment.
Okay.
And
nice.
I hope before my contract's over, I'll hit E5, maybe E6. That would be really cool. But, with each time and grade and whatnot, when it comes to stuff like E5, E6, that's not as much time in service. It's more of like going to commissioning boards, being, a good camper, being a good guy.
Yeah.
Camper.
That's just an expression.
How do you not know that expression, Silas? Being a happy camper?
Getting little gold
Glizzy.
stars. Being a good boy. Good news.
No, I just got a flashback to my summer job.
Oh, okay. I was about
Yeah.
to say. We'll talk about that on a different podcast. Come on. Give
wanna-
Devin his room.
Yes.
God.
Throw him off the
Let's
truck.
talk about your stupid PTSD from dealing with second graders that shit themselves. Talk about some real man shit
We'll
right
talk
here.
about that on the next
Yeah.
podcast.
I don't know
It's
if I'm
probably
allowed to talk.
Tuesday.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk
You
about
really?
that.
Did you sign an NDA?
No, but they told me not to talk about it.
What the fuck?
What
Why
are they
not?
gonna do?
What did you
What are
do?
they gonna do?
What did you do?
I
What, you
unless
doing some
wanna
kinda
work there
cult?
again.
No, I didn't join some kind of
Then
cult.
why can't you talk about
Do
it?
you want to work there again?
Oh, yes.
Then don't talk about it.
Okay, probably don't talk about it.
Talk about it off camera.
Yeah. So, Devin, my
Yes.
question for you. I know you're a anime dude.
Yay!
Oh,
That is
yes.
true. Now we're
Yes.
getting there.
We're gonna change
You're,
topics.
Since you're an anime dude, we have 2/3 of the food. But this one, right here,
Can't
hates
get him.
it.
Just can't get him to watch it.
We've watched Death Note. He thought it was mid.
Yeah. It's
What
alright.
the-
It's alright.
Death Note thought it was mid. One Piece thinks it's trash.
I don't
we
think it's
watched
good.
One Piece Gear 5 today.
Luffy's Peak.
And I mean, I kind of understand that because like you don't understand what. The
I
fuck's
had no
going
idea
on.
what was going on.
He was just like, oh, he's like all bouncy and stuff.
He was all
Yeah.
bouncy.
But
Side note, it was
Don't spoil it.
crazy.
it
Oh,
was.
I
amazing.
loved
It
it.
was-
I
it
loved
was- It was pretty nice.
I loved the changing art styles.
Yeah, I didn't understand why well, can I say this?
Yeah.
Okay, the
was an anime.
ground was like going with him.
Yeah.
Is he like connected to the ground? I didn't understand that.
Oh,
visitor.
We got a
we have
visitor, guys.
We do have a visitor.
We have a
Probably
car
tomorrow.
coming up.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Hopefully they're not trying to have sex.
They just light us up. Just to blast us.
Oh my god.
Well, that's
what
when
are
you
they
bring
doing?
that's when you bring in your military skills.
So like, this guy, I don't know if it's because he goes into it expecting to hate it. Like he
bias.
dislikes the voice acting, sub or dub, doesn't matter which one. Like we're trying with him, but no matter what anime we put him on or make him watch, we watched like the first 10 episodes of Attack on Titan. We've watched One Piece. We've watched Death Note. We were like,
He just doesn't vibe with
he
it.
just no matter what you show
Well,
him.
there's an idea.
So-
I know what it is.
So you're here
what
to
is my
try to
opinion?
convince me.
Wait,
well-
I know what it is. He hasn't seen JoJo's yet.
No. Well, you guys are showing him a lot of shonen anime. Right?
Is he into romance?
He
Is
could
a
be into
romance dude?
slice of life anime. There's a possibility.
Isekai.
Dude, I
Right?
actually do want to watch some. I saw like Instagram reels and like apparently they're like heartbreaking and like will fuck
Dude,
you
I
up.
love slice of life, dude.
And
Have you
like,
seen-
I do want.
Why are they
Hold on.
coming back?
Oh my god, they're coming back.
Oh, someone's after him now.
They're racing.
Oh, it's the big truck guys.
Oh, great.
Oh my god.
It's the
God.
gang.
3 of them.
We might have to take a break here and let
Nah.
these cars pass. Oh my gosh.
They're gone. They're gone. They'll leave.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god, they're gonna hit. Dude, I got
Holy
scared
crap.
for them.
I really wish you guys could see this right now. Cause
Well, you could turn the camera around if you want.
You can hear it.
you can probably hear it.
There's like
Silas,
3 dudes. trying to
sneakily
pull
turn
up.
the camera around.
I'm not turning the camera.
Why
on.
not?
I wanna
They
see
won't be
what
able to
the
see.
hell's
Well,
going on.
they're just chilling.
Chilling, I guess.
Cool.
But
Do I need to ask them to move?
They're
I
not
don't
that.
think you can. This
No,
is
we're
a
good.
public area,
This
but
is public.
Yeah, dude, they're.
they'll be alright. Okay, so you guys are showing him a lot of shonen anime, a lot of action-packed. He might want something really chill, like a mix of shonen and chill, Psyche K. right? It's a very chill anime. It's funny to watch. You don't actually have to pay attention to the story that much, so you can kind of pay attention a little bit, watch it a little bit, and there you go.
Okay.
You think you'd be into romance anime?
I don't think so.
No.
Taurus? No.
No, we're just doing a podcast.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm into
Do you
romance anime.
Do
You
you
never
think?
know.
Do you
It's
think
true.
that he would be into like isekai type stuff?
I don't think so.
I'll tell you what I'm not
You don't think
into. I'm not into the crazy action set pieces they have where you can't tell what's going on at
See,
all. Naruto,
With you guys
One
showing him
Piece,
shonen, that will happen.
Chainsaw Man, all no, not my
Chainsaw
thing.
Man took a minute. to
I
get
feel
good.
like he might just be more of a
Yeah.
laid-back anime enjoyer. So like something that's just
Maybe.
chill, doesn't have a lot of crazy stuff going on, something that's realistic maybe, he might enjoy more.
Okay.
I can recommend you a ton of different shows.
Well, recommend me one.
All right, let me get my list out. All right,
He has a list.
I got a list.
Yeah, man. It's
Why
my-
do all anime people have a list?
I got a list.
I don't.
I don't
I don't have a list. I should.
You-
I should make one.
You had a list. There's no way you never had a list.
I never had a list.
You had a list.
I have a list to like list
I-
off which animes I've like watched.
Uh-huh.
Because like if I like when
Okay.
I get talking with like an anime person, they're like, "Oh, what have you watched?" And then I'm like, X, Y, and Z, and then I forget like two that I've watched. And they're
Okay.
like, what's up?
Actually, while we're waiting for him pulling up his list, I do want to ask you something.
What's up?
Since I didn't get you into anime, but I got you into more anime.
You
I
got
think.
me into watching anime again. My cousin was the one who
Yeah.
got me into anime.
So like, now that you've started, what's
Vaping
been
is
like
cool, kids.
the most like influential show or like experience you've had watching anime? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a show. It could be like a movie you went and saw, or an experience you had because of it, or like say you started talking to someone because you were watching the anime. Like any experience like that.
Shush. I don't talk to people now that I watched One Piece. Like I just like I've talked to Austin about
20-minute timer, by
I
the way.
actually like get annoyed whenever like you know the guy Dhruv.
I know who you're talking about.
So there's this
Hey,
dude.
we can't say.
Okay, there's
We
this
love
guy.
Droof.
No.
No, no.
Hey, okay,
No, no,
okay,
yeah,
guys,
yeah, I love him,
guys.
but,
We
like,
love
I
Droof.
want to watch
Hey,
anime.
I want him
Hold
on the
on.
podcast.
Just let me say.
I want him on the
I know,
podcast. So
I know.
don't,
Hold
you
on.
know.
Just
Pause.
let me
We're gonna
talk.
take a small break.
Hold on,
We're
let
gonna
him finish.
reset because the timer's about to go off. And the
All right,
camera's
all right,
about to turn
fine.
off.
Whatever.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna reset. You're gonna recollect your thoughts.
We're
Probably
gonna cut this out.
We're probably gonna cut this out.
Cut it all
Okay.
out. Or
Yeah,
now
we
we can't
probably
because
will.
we're talking about it.
Okay, fuck it.
Fuck, cut.
We're back. Okay,
So
it's no big deal.
recommendations for Austin. So one, Assassination Classroom. A little bit of crazy stuff going on, but not too much. Not where it's overbearing. A
It
lot of
sounds-
it's pretty funny. It's pretty comedic for the most part. There's a little bit of story. So once like you watch it and you're like, hey, this is a little interesting, that's when the story kicks in.
Okay.
So you won't get so like have to watch every second at 1st
Uh-huh.
to really have to follow it along. All right, that's one. One already said, Psyche K. Dude is like super OP, so it's like it's comedic in the fact that he can do whatever he wants, and he doesn't want to.
Okay.
All right.
11's up.
Some other ones. This one is a shonen anime, but it's very like it's darker in a sense. It's The Promised Neverland. I really love The Promised Neverland, and it deals with like some crazy stuff, and it hooks you from the go.
Okay.
So I think you would really enjoy that one.
I have not seen it. Keep in mind, but I've heard season 2 is shit.
I have watched a lot of season 2, not all of it, because it was kind of mid. I'm not going to say too much for you to watch it, but it takes a different route and just goes farther than it should have. It should have ended at season 1. Season 2 could have had a lot more potential if they would have done something different with it, but I still enjoy it.
Does season 2 continue on where the manga was, or?
I'm assuming so. I've
This
not
is
read
just
the manga
a
before.
conversation between these two.
Basically, it seems like.
Sorry.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
I don't like anime compared to other things that I can watch.
Why'd you look at me?
So there's other things you would rather watch.
Like live action, normal like cartoon, like Looney Tune style. You know what I'm talking about? Like that. My eyes, I guess, like that more. Like it's easier
Visually.
to look at.
Yes.
So-
It's not as complicated, so you don't have to focus on it as much.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So I'm asking, is there to these shows you just offered me? What is the catch for me to stay with it? Because it's already not getting me eye test wise.
Some of these, like the art style will change randomly in the middle of the show,
Uh-huh.
which will be really funny. Like, there'll be a scene where they look very simple, and then they'll just do a zoom up of their face, like super in depth, like SpongeBob style, and it's pretty funny.
Okay.
All right. And some of them, like The Promised Neverland, is darker and it's a simple art style. Like they're pretty simplified, I'd say, and it's just a fun thing to watch. Like the first scene will have you like, whoa, what are they talking about? And they'll start to go in detail, and you get the story and you get what's happening, and then the end just slaps you in the face because it's a complete like throwaway to what you just learned. And it really makes you intrigued.
It's already got Silas.
See, that sounds kind of interesting. So you'll watch and be like, this seems wholesome, and then it's not, and it's really not. And it hooks you, in my opinion, it did.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's a mystery kind of show, but it has to deal with like investigation.
Okay.
And a very subtle, brief term to describe it.
And one more thing, another thing that I knock anime for is the just crazy over-sexualization. Well, but I mean, you can't handle that.
What did you say?
But like,
Voice
just I
acting.
can't. It's too much.
weird.
Like
Okay.
I just like giant. Look,
The giant titties.
ginormous breast.
Going
It's just
crazy.
not my thing.
That's
I'm
fair.
not interested in it. Not interested in
So-
looking at it. It's not my
With
thing.
Slice of life anime,
mind it.
which is what I'm recommending for you, they're made to be more realistic, so
Okay.
all the over-sexualization isn't as much.
Okay.
Depends on the show you watch, obviously. Promised Neverland, they're like 12, so there's no sexualization.
Good.
Luckily,
Yeah.
I really hope, you know.
Yeah.
So there's none in there. With like Psyche that I recommended, I don't think there's really any in there either. And Assassination Classroom, no.
Yeah.
So
Because like the shows these guys watch,
What?
crazy,
Crazy, just-
crazy over
Titties
sexualization.
out
One
going
Piece?
crazy.
Dude.
Yeah.
And look. I know, like, for the women, it's crazy over sexualization, but even the dudes, too.
It's, like, too
like
much.
Yeah, dude,
what
they're
is going
fucking
on?
ripped.
Like, put a shirt
it's
on.
like-
I'll be making me want to do this.
Mommy Zoro?
Yeah. Put a shirt on.
Actually, I don't know if you've seen this or not before, Devin, but what do you think about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood
I've
for
seen
him?
all of it.
It's
I-
incredible so
It
far.
depends on what Austin wants to enjoy. Like, he seems like he doesn't want to sit there and follow a story to the T. He wants to be able to, like, he'll look in and be like,
He hates foreshadowing.
what? He hates
I don't
foreshadowing?
hate
He hates
foreshadowing.
foreshadowing.
I hate foreshadowing when they just tell you everything and then they expect you to remember it all.
Do you,
Alright,
do you have an example of this?
He hates the foreshadowing in Attack on Titan.
Like, I
Okay.
like foreshadowing when it's just, like, hinted at. So,
Very
like, if you
subtle.
remember it, you remember it. But I don't like when they
Or if
just
you
tell
go back
you.
and rewatch it.
Yeah,
then
but
you'll
I
see.
don't like when they tell you it all, and then I'm just supposed to remember that
Yeah.
you said that 10 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like Death Note did a ton. I was like, I
Death Note
don't.
does do a
I'm
lot
not
of-
gonna remember that.
a lot of internal dialogue.
So,
Yeah.
It's a lot of
trying to
mind games.
remember,
and shit.
which show did you just say? Full Metal Alchemist? So, that one, it deals really heavy on, like, big topics and a storyline.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you would enjoy it personally. Then again, these guys know you a little bit better than me. So, then you might. But it's very, like, you gotta know what's going on from the get-go. Like, it's starting off with action, and throughout the whole story, it's basically just action.
I mean, I can keep engaged. You're gonna whisper right in front of the mic. You're gonna. I guarantee
so we
you
can't
that.
know, but they definitely
They
will.
definitely know.
He
Well,
said, "Have you seen it?"
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
asked
like,
him if
no.
It's a good.
Why'd you whisper that?
It's really. Cause I didn't want to talk over
You
y'all.
took up all the
What's a-
camera.
What's a
gonna
topic
lie.
we can all
When
talk
I
about?
saw you go, I was like, "Are you doing like the Jotaro pose or some shit?"
Yeah.
But yeah,
No. But personally, I think it's a great anime. Especially.
Then again, though, you gotta
Wait,
think. Sometimes you might enjoy it, but you gotta think of the other person's personality
That is true.
and how if they have like
Like,
ADHD, they're
for-
up doing stuff. You know.
for me, JoJo's, I think it's good, but the way that people have talked about it, like, oh man, it's great. It's honestly
it's
amazing.
the best show ever.
I don't think it's like it's,
I
it's
don't-
great.
I think it's a good show as well,
It's like
but
a-
I do not think it's the best anime.
Yeah, like
I don't
anime
think I
watchers-
overhyped it.
Ri-
Did I?
You sent me a post saying, "Oh, the only two animes that should be considered for GOAT status is One Piece and JoJo's."
Oh, I
And I'm
just
like,
did it because it was.
really, One Piece is that good? I bet. And then
I-
I got into it. Part one, part two, everybody like hyped it up so much. Like once you get past part
Part one is
it's
slow,
gonna
bro.
be amazing.
Part two
And
is
part
also
it was good.
pretty. It was slow, but it
was
wasn't
good.
as slow.
I liked part two. I,
I
thought part two
enjoyed
was
it,
one of my
but
favorites.
that didn't hook me. It was-
yeah.
Part three was pretty good until it got repetitive.
The second part of part three, because you know how once they get to
Yeah.
Egypt, that's when it started to get enjoyable
Yes.
for me. Like, oh, I'm
Well, see,
actually interested in seeing the next
first
episode.
part-
But that's like 40 episodes
Yeah.
in. And you know
The
what I
first
mean?
part of part three and then part four, they do this thing where it's every episode there's like, or every episode or two, there's always a new stand user. They're fighting them. They figure out how to defeat them. And they do it and they move on.
Yeah.
That's how it is. At first, it's really cool seeing all the different stands, but after a while, it's so repetitive. It's like, okay, we're about to see a new stand user. He's going to defeat him by the end of the episode. We know what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit through part 5 and I do really like it. I still think part 4 is better.
Well, I
I
think
think it's more my style.
Part 5 goes into like a different aspect of it. Because part 5 is, it's not really too much of a
not there
spoiler.
yet.
It's not really a spoiler. It's like mafia stuff. So that's like a new interesting thing going on, you know?
12 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
So, that was a heavy anime segment. Not everyone's into anime. They're just trying to convince me. I'll take your
work?
suggestions in a note. I'll check it out.
All right.
Now, I've already said I'm going to look at animes. I might as well look at something that someone suggested me. I already go watch One Piece because of this stupid shit.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
I have
true.
more
Hey,
experience
be
than you
sure
in
to
anime.
subscribe
You do.
because this guy has
Yeah.
to watch one episode of One Piece for every one subscriber we get.
It's true. All right, so
Did you
let's
subscribe?
move on. Let's move on to something
man.
that I think everyone will be interested in. Give us high school us. What were we in high school?
Okay.
I don't want to
This
hear
is
this.
good.
I don't want to hear this.
Close
Don't
your
start
ears,
with me.
buddy.
Don't start with me.
I'll start with Gio.
Okay.
So,
Oh, okay.
all these guys I've known since like preschool,
Mhm.
right? We all have lived here for way too long. So at first, Gio wore the same hoodie every day, all freshman and sophomore year,
That's
basically,
facts.
right?
Yeah.
He probably thought I was pretty annoying because I definitely was.
You?
freshman, sophomore
Not really.
year. But me and him had to sit together in math, and I would cheat off of him like every day. And he started like making music, and we just started discussing music a lot. And that's really how me and him became friends. And he's definitely grown in the sense of like finding who he is, of like, you know, finding a style, finding accessories
Why'd
and
you fucking
whatnot.
look at me like that?
Like, well, I was smiling at you.
Silas goes.
I was smiling
He
because
does the like.
I'm glad of
man.
how far you've come.
Oh, thank you.
With Austin, I feel like freshman to sophomore year, I feel like he cared a little bit more of what people think, but as time went by, he slowly just accepted. It's like, okay, I am who I am, whatever. I'm gonna just do what I want to do, have fun. And I've never really seen him extremely agitated. He's always been just a very lighthearted person throughout
Yeah.
most of school. Silas, though, I feel like he's grown the most, in
Oh,
my
for
opinion,
sure.
Yes.
because, no offense, Silas used to be a little annoying, just a little bit.
You went
But-
from a goody dude.
Goody,
Goody,
nerdy
goody,
kind of
goody.
kid.
Saying stuff you can't say on camera now.
Yeah.
Whoa,
So-
whoa.
You know, he's definitely gotten to do like try more things. He had like I'd say like a stricter past. So now that he's trying newer things and like finding out what's working for him and what's not, and really finding who he is, it's helping him. Because especially fashion, bro, it was rough.
Whew. That shorts and hoodie combo every day.
Oh, the
Yeah.
green neon shorts with the red running shoes and a tight blue T-shirt with sweat stains was not the move.
Wait,
No.
I had a blue shirt with sweat stains?
100% you
Yes.
did.
I do not remember that.
Or
I
that-
don't doubt it, but I don't remember it.
I remember he got a blue, I think it was like a blue FFA hoodie, and he wore it like every day.
I remember
still
that.
have it.
Yeah,
I
and he's
still
like,
have it.
remember
guys,
that.
you see how drippy this is?
Yeah.
Devin, what do you think? Is this fashion? I'm
think-
like, no.
I think, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I think you changed the most in 12th grade.
Yes,
For
100%.
Most definitely. You came in after that summer going into
Like,
12th grade, and
very
you were
different.
like, I'm just going to be myself.
You grew
like,
your
I'm
hair
tired.
out,
Like, you
chilling.
did kind of what Devin said about me, where it's like, you kind of just stopped caring too much. Like, I think you still care a little bit how people see you, but I think it's definitely decreased. Definitely, like
I
a
feel
ton.
like a lot of it had to do with, since you're getting older, your parents probably getting a lot more lax of what you're doing. You're allowed to drive.
Maybe.
So you're like hanging out with friends, and you're like, whoa, something I thought was kind of scary, like, say, like skateboarding. Even though I don't think you have skateboarded. But, no.
Shut up!
So, like, skateboarding, right? You could have thought that was scary. Now that you're going out and doing things without your parental supervision always around, it's definitely
very
helping with
scary
your
to him.
confidence and exploring yourself.
I'm gonna be honest. Shut up. No, I'm being serious here.
I know,
I think
we're
one of
not.
the-
I'm sorry.
One of the big ways I opened up was actually because of you, Devin. Remember when we used to go places
Yes.
and do things?
That's very
That's
oddly
Whoa.
sounding.
No,
That doesn't help with
It
what
would-
Gio
it would-
said.
Yeah, that was just a joke.
It would be me, Devin, and Devin's friend group.
Basically, we kind of like accepted Silas in and be like, hey, let's let him live like how we do, because we knew you were like, you wanted to do what we did, but you were kind of like more nervous to do so. So we're just like,
Oh, yeah.
Silas, it's actually not that crazy. You try it.
Well, I mean, and to give people like what we're talking about, what we're basically saying is Silas became social.
Yes.
Like he finally became like a social person.
Oh, dude, you have no idea how antisocial I
Yeah,
was.
he was-
in 9th through 11th grade. It was.
he also
bad.
learned that.
You were just super fucking nice. I don't
Yeah,
recall you
well,
being.
I mean, you're still
antisocial.
nice.
I mean, you were
Oh,
like, you were
okay.
like.
Am
yeah,
I an
you're-
asshole now?
you're- No.
This
Fuck
is
you.
a way to.
Fuck you.
You're still nice, but like back then, it was like the almost like preachy Jesus Christ type
Yeah.
of nice, and they got where it's people that aren't into that can like get rubbed off on that and be like, that's kind of annoying.
Well, even if you are into that, it was just like all right, man. Like you could tell me to shut up, you know?
The amount of people that like did not like me,
Yeah.
9th through 11th grade, it was crazy. I swear, like over the half the school did not like me.
Maybe.
Well, I feel like a lot of it was you put like the teachers and other adult figures on a higher pedestal because like they're always right. We must respect them and listen to them. Once you got to start rebelling a little bit more and be like, hey, my friends are actually kind of cool, and I don't care if I'm not supposed to do this. It's fun, and that's when you became more social, started having more fun really. Cause
Yeah.
like you used to snitch a lot back in the day.
That
Back in
is
the
true.
day. So
What did I ever do to you?
No, but there's like people that like you snitched on that.
You snitch.
Can
You
I?
snitched.
Can I? No. I don't know why, but I feel like there's a gap in my memory.
I'm not gonna start
between
naming
like,
No, we're not gonna name names here.
Okay, do it like after the podcast.
Okay.
Because like I feel like there's some gap in like 10th grade. I don't remember 10th grade
Okay.
other than Miss Nick's class.
what about
I remember
me?
Miss Nick's class.
Do you remember
How do you
when
guys
we made her
remember me
cry
in
on
high
accident?
school? That's
How do
what
I
I
remember you? I don't feel like you changed, like the root of you, if that makes any sense. I don't think changed very much from the time I knew you to now. You know what I mean? Like you were always the same, like just goofy. I'm here to have fun. Just like you're just fun to be around. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I have an instance of where you snitched, and it was actually on me.
Oh, well, can we say it?
Yeah, it was so
I'm
like
so sorry, man. Before we even start.
it's like 3rd grade, and you know how like in car riders we'd all be in that one room.
Yeah.
Everybody would
Oh,
be
the
in that one room.
that stupid room that was like 70 kids in.
Yeah.
It was
So
awful.
that's like car riders, right? It's like 3rd grade or something.
Mhm.
Either 3rd or 1st grade, something like that. And so and let me tell you why I had this crush on this girl. It's because I was obsessed with Sonic, and Sonic's girlfriend's name was Amy.
Oh
and so
my
there was this
gosh.
girl back in like 3rd or 1st grade
Okay.
whose name was Amy. I forgot her last name.
Okay.
She was like,
Well, I don't think. Do you want to? I don't think we should say her last name.
Yeah,
even if you
that's
did
probably a
remember
good
it.
thing.
whatever. So like, I had a crush on her because like, oh, Sonic's girlfriend is Amy.
I'm Sonic.
Her name. Yeah, I'm Sonic.
I'm fast. I'm really
But, like
fast.
Sonic was like a huge thing for me whenever I was younger,
Uh-huh.
and so like I told Silas I have a crush on this girl, and then Silas was like, I'm gonna tell her. You did that? Don't you fucking dare, Silas! And I remember I promised you that I would bring one of my Pokemon cards the next day and give
This
it to
is
you. If you
crazy.
would shut your mouth, and then you're like, okay. And so I get there in the morning the next day, right? And then like she comes up to me and she's like, "You like me?" And then I look over at Silas and I fucking hated you, Silas. I fucking hated you.
I'm so.
That's crazy.
I didn't give you my Pokemon card. Fuck you.
that's hilarious. First off,
Crazy.
I can't believe I did that.
you
By the
did
way,
that.
I loved he bribed you with a Pokemon card.
I know that's awesome.
It's the best, bro.
I used to.
I
That
remember
was
one-
like every kid's dream back in the
we
day.
would like play Pokemon cards in the
remember
fucking car rider room. I
it was,
remember Ethan Proctor had like it was somebody who was related to you had like a binder of Pokemon cards.
There's a ton of people related to you.
It was either Hunter or Ethan Proctor.
Who is Hunter?
Don't you have somebody related to you and his name's Hunter?
No.
Oh shit, then I don't know.
Man's tripping.
I don't recall.
I remember in 5th
Shit.
grade.
I don't remember this at all. I didn't gain sentience until I was like in 7th grade.
Fair enough.
And then I asked that, were you in were you in the history class, the Middle Eastern history class with me? In like 7th grade?
I was in one, but I don't know if I was.
Could have love of your life right now, but no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You were
But-
in
Be like,
No.
Sonic.
I was in
I
big
asked-
fella's class.
Who?
Big fella. The football coach, right, in middle school.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I do know now.
That
I do
history
know now.
class.
Mr. Big Man.
Yeah. But I remember it was like 3rd grade. Silas used to like every time someone was presenting something, he had a question every slide, bro. And I was so heated. I was like,
flaming on Silas.
okay, yeah,
now.
we'll cut that. Back to the
Cut that,
Pokemon.
cut that.
5th grade, me and Lee, bro, we got like the Tupperware containers, the red ones, and we drew like something on there and made like little Pokemon and pretend they were Pokeballs and like carried them around with us, like legit. But it was a rough
crazy.
time. Okay.
I don't remember ever getting into Pokemon when everyone else was. I got into Pokemon, I think, later
Do you remember
than everyone else.
Beyblade?
That's what I was about to bring up.
I
in
never
elementary
was into
school?
Beyblade.
That's the
Beyblade.
shit.
Dude,
Never
I had
I still want to do it.
it was like Ice Pegasus or something like that.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
it
the
was
coolest
Pegasus.
one I had. It was like the left-handed spinner one. And I felt goated. We'd come out there, there'd be the ring already set up, like 6 kids.
Yeah.
I won like 4 Beyblades in a row.
It
You
was-
won. You
remember-
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
dude.
remember the day where somebody brought a ring for like the first time. We were going crazy.
It
and
was
then
insane.
they kicked
Yeah.
up. They said no. They said no.
Yeah. Why did the
No.
teachers ban that?
Because I think we kept, because I think people were playing it like in the classroom.
Oh, I don't remember that. I only remember playing
At
out
recess.
under that tree at recess. Y'all know that tree?
No, I remember doing it on like the outside of the teacher's door, that concrete slab.
I remember that.
I remember doing it on a concrete slab. I don't really recall.
I remember what Beyblade I had. I had Scorpio. It was a
I don't
it was a
remember.
green
I had
and
that
black
one,
one.
too.
It was a
Yep.
green and black one. I had that one in Phoenix, I think.
I know I had a gray and red with like a yellow around it, kind of blade.
Scorpio had like the adjustable tip so you can make it spin how you wanted it to. Do you remember what I'm talking about? How you could slide the tip
I
over
think
slightly?
so. My brother had that one.
That was really cool. I think I could probably still find it if I looked hard
Honestly,
enough.
mine are gone. They are so gone. I was like the Lego action figure kind of guy for the most
Remember
part.
when I
some
brought
of that.
Lego,
Minute.
the Lego issues?
shit.
Like the magazine, the Lego magazines?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, remember I started the
At
Lego
the
club?
book fair.
No,
I
they were
know,
like, they
I
were
know, but I'm
magazines.
talking about the magazines. I remember people buying them at the, not book club, at the book fair that we
I
had.
remember in middle school he had Sonic. I think it was Sonic comics.
I did it on my phone. I read them on my phone
Yeah.
in 8th grade in art class.
Yep, because we got in trouble with that
Because you
class.
got suspended.
I didn't get
Oh,
suspended.
you didn't get suspended?
I got in-school suspension. But that wasn't my fault.
Actually,
Do you want me to tell a story?
I was
here?
about to say,
Vol Silas. I think you were there too. I don't think you were there. So this art class, and this was like the classroom below the gym.
I know
Like
exactly what you're talking
it was
about.
beside the gym. wasn't
And
it?
No,
this
it was like
look,
below it.
Oh, I know
was
what
this
you're
the
talking
art teacher that no one liked, or
Yes,
was this the art
the
teacher
one
that everyone liked?
No one liked.
Okay.
What was her name?
So I don't remember.
We're not
and
saying,
that's a
we're
good
not
thing.
naming names.
I know, I'm
not
just
naming
wondering.
names.
So what happened was, there was our friend Lee. He was running around, chopping it up with people.
Yeah.
I was talking to him for a little bit. He ran off the other way. I go over here and I'm looking at Silas's phone. He's reading like a Sonic comic or something, right?
Okay.
Now, Lee said something along the lines of the teacher's breast milk was powder because she was a little old, right? Well, she heard that, okay? And I guess she associated him saying that with me, and then there was like 2 other kids that got in trouble.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, Silas, you need to vouch for me because you know I was reading that comic. He's like, yeah. We go up to the office. He is nowhere to be found. So I got ISS for half the year.
They never
half
called
the
me
year?
Yeah, half the year.
Bro.
Wait,
for that-
what? It
For
was
something
half
I
the
didn't
year?
say. Yeah, and every day I reminded Lee when we were in there. I was like, fuck you. But that was when I was discovering rap music, so I was just in there just jamming. Though it kind of sucks because every single day we had to write a whole page of like an essay on an article that we read or a piece of art, which was really dumb. But I probably got some decent writing skills from that,
I
So actually,
remember this.
I helped you in the end.
Because I remember talking to Lee the next day, and we were like, "Oh, is Devin out sick?" And then Lee went, "No, let me tell you."
Wait, did Lee get in trouble?
Yeah,
No,
we
well,
both
he
got
did, yeah.
We were in
Because
there together.
I'm trying to think. Lee didn't get ISS though.
No, he did. He was in there with me every time.
The whole
year?
rest of the
Not-
year?
he
'Cause I
had a
remember
half
talk-
year as long as
I
did.
remember him talking about it the next day, and you were not there.
Well, what I might have just not been there that day.
Maybe.
But it was.
It was
I
only
know
during that
it was
period,
Like
though.
It was
one
the
day-
very next day.
It was like, it was the way we did it in middle school was like one day we'd have art, the next day we'd have like gym, and then
Oh,
art,
yeah,
gym,
I
art,
remember
gym.
that. Yeah.
So it was like half the week when there was art, we would just go to the ISS room. So
Oh, maybe it wasn't an art
Yeah.
when he told me that.
Because I was still in school. It was just, I was still in like the regular classes, obviously, but it was just when that art period was there, we had to go to the ISS room.
Yeah.
I think the way that he brings it up is hilarious. Where's Devin? Oh, Austin, let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
I got a story for you.
Then we had to retake art the next like term
Oh,
or
wow.
semester or whatever.
wow.
So,
But now you're like really good at
Yeah,
drawing.
dude, you're fucking great at art.
True.
so maybe it was a benefit.
So I helped him in the end. You heard it here first. I actually helped him. Eat your heart out.
Left him hanging.
That was sad.
I had to think about it
Yeah.
in my head, like, is it worth it?
All right.
Yeah.
So, is there any other stories about any of us foodies that you would like to tell? Anything you can think of? Anything funny?
So
Anything we
this
did
one,
terrible?
sorry, Silas.
Oh, no,
on.
let's quit getting
No,
outside.
Okay.
no. We can hear
This
it,
is
we can
one.
hear it.
This isn't bad. It's not
Okay.
bad. Just one thing that Silas did. This was junior year. So
Oh,
wait,
very recent.
I
Rough
think,
time.
or no, it's either senior or junior year, but I think it was homecoming. Silas was gonna come eat Waffle House with me and my buddies. Right?
I remember
So
something.
he's following me home.
Oh.
Silas, for some reason, I guess when he drives, he keeps his brights on for like the most of the drive. So he is maybe 10 meters behind me with his brights on.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know it was Silas. I thought someone had an issue with me, dude. And I was just getting heated. I saw it was Silas, and I tried calling him, and he wouldn't answer. So we get at the stop sign. I get out of my car, and I go up to his car. I'm like, Silas, what the fuck? And he's like, what, man? I'm like, your brights are on. When a car goes by, you turn them off, but behind me, you don't. He's like, well, yeah, you're far enough ahead. I'm like, no, I'm not. You gotta turn those off. That was
and then I turned him off.
I turned them off.
I did say sorry.
I remember this because he was mad when I got to Waffle House. I think
Yes.
y'all were already there when I got there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you were still mad about that?
I was you were bright lighting me like half the ride there.
But like, you were ahead of me.
Yeah, that's how I was getting the bright lights in my rearview mirror into my eyeballs.
All right, so anything else you want to tell? Let's get off Silas.
Okay, let's get
Is
off
there
Silas.
anything? If not, we'll wrap it up here, but
That's about it. That's all I got.
that's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. Okay.
I do want to say though,
What's up?
during like 12th grade film class, when like the film group, the film
Yeah.
group got divided almost.
Civil War?
Whoa.
No, not Civil War, but
Wait,
like,
hold on. Me and Joe
No, no,
were in
no.
here for this. Can we hear the? What
no,
happened?
it wasn't like a Civil War. It's just the way the schedule got split up.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember.
So like junior year, we had like a lot of people in our film class, and then when it came to senior year, they split the class in two. So like half of our film friends, whole other period, which kind of stunk. But
yeah, but you made that class bearable. I just want to say you were so funny. The ways that you were just like, oh gosh, it's a police officer.
Really?
Yeah, it's over there.
Nah, he's fine.
By
look
the
at
time he
us.
comes
Heading to
over,
the
we'll
square.
probably have it wrapped up. So
Yeah.
We'll
True.
probably be wrapping up.
But like, the way that you just make stupid jokes and stuff that were so funny. You made that class bearable. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
All right.
I mean, there's no story. It's just- I would
No,
say
That's it.
that's fine.
Just giving me some love. It's okay.
That's right. Giving us some love.
call that alleged free
All
love.
right, I think that's episode 4, man. We got to learn about some military. We trying to talk me into watching anime, and you learned a little bit about the foodies
A
today.
little bit of
Backstory.
school history.
Some foodies lore.
Some lore.
Some lore.
He said lore.
This whole thing, I'm just gonna timestamp as Foodies lore.
foodies lore.
It's
All
a
right.
canon event.
Well,
Anime, foodies lore, pow pow. That's
Yeah.
the military stuff.
POW. POW.
all right.
I don't know about that one, but
Yeah. Follow us on the socials. Foodies.ent.
On what?
YouTube and Instagram.
Maybe Facebook. Sooner or later.
Maybe. All right.
All right.
Yeah, expand our audience out into the older generation.
That was Gio. It's Austin. That's our special guest, Devin. That's Silas. Foodies out.
Yeah.
That's the last thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I-
Piss.